April gone. Matt, you know what I'm alluding to, no, Matt? But electoral reform. Anyway, that's sideline. Matt, what the world is doing. Matt, how much homosexuals that are scientists in laboratories altering, modifying, gain of function, Matt, take viruses that are harmless to human beings and modify them, Matt, to kill millions of people. Homosexuals, lesbians, children, gays, black, white, as they say it. How many homosexuals that are openly homosexuals, like geriatric genocide Joe Baby Biden? Is he, even if he's supporting it or if he's a part of it, it doesn't matter. But like Vladimir Putin and Emmanuel Macron and all these other great world leaders, Matt, are they killing millions of people in the name of homosexuality? No. These people are using that while we are busy hating homosexuals and lesbians, Matt. These people are killing all of us. They don't give a damn about us. Once in the 1800s, marijuana was legal. You would be summoned as a farmer to cultivate marijuana. And if not, they would charge you or jail you. Now they decriminalize it and alter it, modify it. Just like homosexuality, it was considered a mental disease. Now, they're even changing your sex if you want to, Matt. So these people, they're using us against each other. While we are busy, they're fighting, homosexuality, abomination, and things. These people they're building all weapons of mass destruction, fighting wars. Look at what's happening in Russia, in Ukraine, all over the world, in Sudan and everywhere, just wars. And it's not homosexuals or heterosexuals and homosexuals are fighting. Would you agree with me, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
It's on political thing. It's on land problem. It's on ethnic problem. It's on all. It's not about homosexuals. So we are distracted. We are distracted because the world is going through a phase, overtly and covertly, openly and secretly, that is going to destroy all of us. We all are victims of a system that is using us as pawns in the game of chess. And if homosexuals think they have freedom or heterosexuals think they have freedom, we have no damn freedom. We are all slaves on the plantation of the global elite, Matt. So don't go killing homosexuals, fighting gays and lesbians and all them kind of nonsense there. We are distracted. We are all being used. Leave them people alone. If that's the life they want to live, so be it. Legalize everything. I mean, Matt, they should legalize murder because they say the world has 8 billion people, you know, Matt. The world is overpopulated. So while we are busy, they're fighting one another. Oh, hate one, who bogain, who homosexual, who lesbian, and all that. We are distracted, Matt, and we all are pawns in the game of chess of the Bill Gates, the Rockefellers, the Carl Schwab, the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Elon Musk, and the George Soroses, and many big people, the King and the Pope, and all of them. Matt, we are their slaves on their plantation, and we are going to see what the world is all about in a short space of time. So if you think homosexuals and lesbians is your problem, put the Bible aside and start to be more logical in our application having to do with survival. These demons are going to destroy all of us. It have nothing. Only nuclear bomb, atomic bomb, all kind of madness in the world. What that have to do with homosexuality and lesbian? Matt, all now, so look, China locking down again, In America, they say how many cases, COVID coming back, Matt, vaccines, papa. All they talking about homosexuals, Matt, leave me the hell alone and not Matt, sorry.
All right. Thank you, Blessings. 29917 is the morning time. Hello, talk to me, huh? Uh-huh.
Good morning, Matt. How are you doing?
Morning to you.
Matt, according to the country plagued with issues. Man, the amount of people that call you to speak about homosexual, what it is, what it shouldn't be, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. Man, how many we have a problem facing us in that country called electoral reform? Man, how many of these people that call you, these same people that call you to talk about, man, it's time for us to have a clean voters list. Then people say in this, the man say on the first week, 2 weeks of East April, we will be having this. But how many of them that call you to talk about that, Matt?
Their choice, I imagine.
Their choice.
Yes.
The country are more burning issues, Matt.
Burning to you, Blue, burning to you. But of course, the issue before us is all over. So they choose to discuss that. I'm sure we can discuss electoral reform. It's choices, it's choices.
Not these choices, but I think that one is that thing about our country, about what we need to happen in our country to meet more burning issue than men doing what they want, women doing what they want with one another, man. That is them people prerogative. A lot of straight men that is outside. Not how many gay men you know that in jail, Matt?
A few.
There were a few gay men in jail in Dominica, Matt?
Yes, a few. Uh-huh.
Or they turning gay when they reach in the jail.
Well, I don't know that.
It look like when they reach in the jail, they turning gay. When they're outside, they whoa. When they're in jail, a lot of them men turning gay inside the jail, Matt. And a lot of them that outside there, hooray. Oh, that shouldn't happen. This is that. That's why we have glass house, not to send stone. You have grandchildren, you have great-grandchildren. Don't know what the hell they're coming to be tomorrow. That gay business. Everybody, let people do what they have to do. Let God alone that is in control. Let him handle every man, every situation we have there. That one, let him handle it because that one is everything about the Bible and gay. The Bible said this, the Bible said that, the Bible said. Let God handle that. And we have enough for us to handle it. Tell us to handle on our own and we're not handling it. Let them people do what they have to do. Everybody is big people. Do what all you want. Because a lot of fault you're doing, a lot of what all you want. Anybody tell you, women and men should not fornicate. And all you fornicating. A lot of us come.
As somebody just said a while ago, if you had to legislate fornication or adultery, all the legislators would go to jail.
Amen to that, man. The amount of them that outside they're doing that and they just hooray on agree. All of them doing the same damn shit they're talking about.
All right, Blue. Thank you very much. It's 9:20 in the morning. Talk to me, yeah? Oh,
some
boy.
will speak of the physical thing, and some will speak of the spiritual thing. And what I say, I am going to read that for you fast. Jeremiah 17, verse 9 says, "The heart is deceitful, and above all things." Okay, the heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search for the heart. I test the mind, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his bondage. And I want to tell people, go and read in Galatians chapter 5, from 22 and see what it is. The Bible is complete, you know. Who want to fight for politics for Papa? No. Who want to fight for gay? Who fight for gay? Who want to fight for lesbian? And everybody have their way of life to think. While some are sending time their bomb and other, they are those are sending spiritual bomb. We pray, we fast, we do all what we have to do. God bless you.
God bless you too. Let's again repeat what we heard from Kyra Shillingford, that represented the claimants this morning, huh?
Why I decided to take on. Hi, Matt. Good day. I am sending this message to respond to some of the questions raised by Dominicans concerning why I decided to take on
Let's go.
this case and represent the client who was recently successful in a constitutional challenge.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to Karen in a second. There, we need to concentrate on some technicalities here. So stick around, Dominic. Stick around. All right.
Good day. I am sending this message to respond to some of the questions raised by Dominicans concerning why I decided to take on this case and represent the client who was recently successful in a constitutional challenge against the Bogri laws in Dominica. As an attorney at law, it is my responsibility to represent my clients to the best of my ability. This is something that I must do regardless of the client's race, political opinion, place of origin, nationality, sexual orientation, gender. Now, it would have been easy for me to say, oh, I am not interested in this case. Let another lawyer take it on. However, the danger of taking on this approach and being a coward, shying away from doing something which I believe is correct, is that if every lawyer in Dominica decides not to take on unpopular cases, not to file constitutional challenges, not to challenge those in power or the status quo, then things will simply remain as it is. The Constitution will just be a piece of paper with words. So, as an attorney at law, I have a responsibility to do what I think is right, even though that decision might be unpopular. I believe that the laws which were recently struck down were unconstitutional and that it violated the human rights of persons. Now, we must understand that Section 16 of the Sexual Offences Act made it an offense for any adult to partake in the act of buggery. This section did not specify that it applies only to LGBT persons. This means that every heterosexual person, meaning every man and woman who has partaken that act in the privacy of their home, right? In the privacy of their home, would be liable to up to 10 years imprisonment. This law did not only apply to LGBT persons, it applied to heterosexuals. Now, I do not know what goes on in the privacy of persons' homes, but what I do know is that what consenting adults do in the privacy of their homes is their business. It is not my business. It is not the law's business. If it is that a child is being affected, if it is that someone who is not capable of consent is being affected, then the law can intervene. Additionally, Matt, what I would like to point out is that as Christians, we have a responsibility to read the entire Bible and to not be hypocrites. The Bible says that Jesus said to a crowd, "He who has not seen, cast the first stone." I believe in the Bible. I am a Christian. However, I try not to be a hypocrite. It cannot be that the laws of Dominica do not criminalize fornication, adultery, and other sins. However, we are quick to judge, criminalize, and we want to imprison persons who engage in buggery, adults who engage in buggery for 10 years. Finally, Matt, I would like to point out that during this trial, the state agreed with the claimants and asked the judge to hold that the laws were unconstitutional. So, just to break it down, the claimant brought a constitutional motion asking the court to strike down parts of the buggery laws, insofar as it criminalized consensual sexual activity in private between adults. The state agreed with the claimant. So I heard one caller saying that, oh, I am the best person to speak on this issue. But the fact is that both sides agreed. The state agreed, the Attorney General's chambers agreed, and the claimants, our claim, the client's claim was for a declaration that this law is unconstitutional. Yes, the churches applied at some point for them to be added as interested parties, but the churches did not submit anything to the court in terms of legal submissions that would cause the court to rule otherwise. And the reason for this is clear. Legally, you cannot criminalize something simply because you believe it is a sin. That is not the purpose of the law. If there is a crime committed and there is a victim of the crime, of that particular crime, then fine, the law can intervene. However, if two consenting adults do something in the privacy of their homes, then there is no victim. If it is that there is no consent, then it becomes rape. Then it becomes a criminal offense. So I understand that persons feel very strongly about this issue. However, I urge everyone to take a moment and reflect, think about what is the right thing to do. While the Bible may say, and the Bible does say, that certain things are sinful, it is not simply because something is sinful that means it must be unlawful. That means that the police, for example, has the right to go and arrest someone and take them before the court, and then a trial would take place and the person would be sentenced to up to 10 years. It does not work like that. There are constitutional protections. There is such a thing called human rights. And the whole purpose of human rights is to protect the rights of minorities. Protect the rights of people who are considered the least in numbers among us. So I hope that this clears up any issue or any questions as to why I took on this case. I know that some persons will still feel very strongly about it and will still call and make their comments, etc. However, my conscience is extremely clear. I do not regret taking on this case. I think it was the right thing to do, and every person is still entitled to have their own religious views. However, the law has to treat all persons equally, and the law cannot infringe the constitutional rights of individuals.
Kyra Schillenfeld speaking to Matt in the morning. On her decision to take on this very controversial case there in recent times. On the telephone, hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, back to you. Are you
Hi,
there?
Matt. Good morning.
Morning to you. I know you've been trying. I know you've been trying. Yes. Good morning to you.
Yes, Matt. Matt, let me tell you, man. One of the reasons why people are so upset about that thing is because it's an unnatural thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's unnatural, and one of the thing is one of the sad things is that animal could recognize that it's an unnatural thing, and man in his own wisdom can't. And I think because man was created, man was made by God. So man have a sinful nature.
Mm-hmm.
Animal cannot sin. You don't know nothing about sin. It's not part of the thing. But man always trying to defy the laws of nature. And they do extreme things. But one thing Clara said, and I kind of wish she didn't say that, when she said that the Bible, man is in the Bible where man fornication and adultery,
mm-hmm.
and she used that as an illustration, and they're not arresting people for fornication and adultery, and yet still they want to, make.
Because the Bible said, her point is the Bible said that both are equally, liable because both are sins as well. Yeah.
Yes, I understand that. Now, are we gonna? The same Bible says, "Thou shalt not steal, man." The same Bible says, "Thou shalt not commit murder." Are we now gonna say that because the law a man can go and commit crime of murder, and he can use and say, well, only not arrest him and prosecute him for adultery and fornication, so I can go and commit murder. I can go and steal. Is it possible that right now a man has a right to go and sleep with an animal and say, well, we're not prosecuting people for adultery and fornication? This is the point I'm trying to make. So when you put the Bible in that, you open a can of worms, because the Bible says so many different things. And Mark, you have a lot of respect and admiration for Clara. I'm not trying to bash or anything like that, but I just think that the Bible is a wrong illustration, because there's so many things that could people in the Bible that man can't comprehend, and so that's the thing. And I always say, man, if man want to go and have sex with man, that is their business. If woman want to have sex with woman, that is their business. But one of the things that I really against, man.
But it's also against the law if a man and woman engage in buggery. You know that. That's in the law too.
Exactly. I understand that. I totally understand that. But what I was trying to say, Matt, that one of the things that I don't like the most and I hate and I against, if you want to go and bugger, that's your business. That's you. But when they're trying to adopt people's children, Matt, I just don't like it. I despise it. Yeah, that's my take on that. Thank you.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Yes, it's 9:34, 26 minutes today of 10 o'clock. Are you there, caller? Yeah?
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir. How are you?
Not bad.
Okay.
Matt, I'm a guy, I like to pick my fights very carefully.
Okay.
So this is not one that I like to, I'm so interested in. But while I've been there listening to you, I looked up the meaning of buggery.
Mm-hmm.
And what it says is, it doesn't talk about gender. What buggery talks about anal, backdoor entrance. Right? That is the definition of buggery. So those people believe that is man on man. There are a lot of men who like the backdoor activity.
True.
So in that case, they themselves could be classified, the same buggerers they're talking about, then they could be classified as that as well. So we need to be very, very clear, because the definition of buggery doesn't say anything about whether it's male on male or whatever. It just talk about anal, which is backdoor entry. That's it, Matt.
All right. Caller, thank you. The state cited the buggery law in the court as unconstitutional. It means Skerrit has been lying to the public blatantly to our face. What a double-edged, dishonest man somebody's stating there in a WhatsApp message. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, there are so many issues. And, there are some issues that the law cannot enforce. But, Matt, the advice and my comment this morning is that for every being we all have our religions that we'd like to put onto people. But let's leave all of that alone, Matt. And a good idea is to find yourself an acre of land somewhere and grow your own food, Matt. That is a good solution to minding your own business. Grow your own food. That's a very good advice, Matt, for anyone from any denomination, any sexual orientation, any this or that. Because the way the world looks right now is not looking good, Matt. We may have war on our doorstep very, very soon. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Let's get a voice note there from Pastor Randy Rodney. I'm sure he has his own interpretation there. The statement made by Kyra Schillenfeld.
Matt Peltier, good morning. I've tried to call you, I didn't get you. However, listen to most of what Kyra said, the attorney at law. I do not want to be engaged in a back and forth with an attorney at all. However, one of the things I get disgusted about is when intellectual people think that everybody else is dumb and stupid. So you begin to call them names. They believe in the Bible, so they're hypocrites. They must read the Bible and they must do that and they must do that. Miss Schillingford is somebody I know, probably from very young. And my advice to her would be to stick with law. Stick with law. Don't get into quoting Bible and calling people hypocrites as a result of that. I would really advise her, please don't do that, because You quote a scripture that makes no sense. And Kara knows as a lawyer that anything you do in law must be contextualized. Okay? Now, what most people don't understand, and what wasn't argued on our behalf as well, is that the laws in Dominica are based on the supremacy of God. The Constitution says so. And so when intellectuals tell you that this is not a legal issue, this is not a moral issue, it's a legal issue, and all this kind of blah, blah, blah. I mean, go back to the framers of the Constitution, because they said that the Constitution is written because we are a people who believe in the supremacy of God, and every law is based on morality. You know, and I don't know why we're having this back and forth. All you win already, take the win. You know? But don't try to call people names like hypocrites. I don't take that. I don't call people hypocrites, and I don't think anybody should. And I don't think any Christian should call anybody hypocrites or disparage anybody in that regard. Okay? You are an attorney. You sat on a case. You had a right to do that, and everybody have a right to be heard in court. Otherwise, it's not a fair country, and we all know that. But do not pick up the Bible, misquote it, and call people hypocrites, please, darling. You and everybody else. Okay? Thanks.
It's hot right here on Q. We'll be back after this.
There's a party. He's a party. Dominica, get ready to jazz it up this jazz and Creole season. Creole Heartbeat and the big station Q95 FM are definitely in high gear. You are cordially invited to join Creole Heartbeat on Friday, May 3rd, 2024 at 11 a.m. on Q95 FM, the big station, featuring a star-studded lineup of Dominican female superstars. Tasha P, Dajal, Lily Octave, Maxine, Michael Henderson, as they prepare for the big one, baby, to pay tribute to Dominica's Princess of Song, Michael Henderson, on May 3rd. Sponsored by Digicel and hosted by Prince Wadix. Creole Heartbeat will also be live on Q95 FM Facebook page. Tasha P, Dajal, Lily Octave, Max, and Michael Henderson on Creole Heartbeat on Friday, May 3rd, 11 a.m. on Q95 FM, the biggest station. Creole Heartbeat, connecting the nation to its history. Creole Heartbeat, a front row seat into the culture of Dominica.
Sign up for Full Broadband now and get 50% off for the first 3 months. Plus, a chance to win a $10,000 Visa cash card.
Cause I'm on my way. KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp at 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good. Cause I'm on my way.
Get ready for a rhythm of savings and a chance to win the ultimate jazzcation. Shop at Fresh Market, Best Price, or a cash and carry, where every $100 spent puts you in the spotlight to win big. Over $6,000 in prizes await, including an all-inclusive staycation at the Intercontinental Resort, 2 VIP tickets to Jazz and Creole, and spending money. Make your shopping a melody of possibilities by simply writing your name and number at the back of the receipt and drop it in the box provided for you. Visit us today for a jazzy shopping experience and your chance to win the jazzcation of a lifetime.
If you know quality, then you must.
All right, Dominica, it's already 18 minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock in the a.m. There's never a dull moment on Q95, the hot seat. Hello, talk to me, huh? Uh-huh.
Hi, Matt.
How you doing? You're back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't want to speak on behalf of any lawyer in Dominica.
Okay.
But Pastor Randy said something about the Constitution that I think needs to be corrected. The Constitution does not say that the laws of Dominica are based on the supremacy of God. The Constitution affirms that the Constitution is based on the supremacy of God. And what Cara and her client were able to do was to get the government to agree before the court that the laws in question do not comply with what the Constitution requires. And any law that does not agree with the Constitution or is inconsistent with the Constitution, to use the language of the Constitution, is void. So by his very statement, he was in fact agreeing with Cara that if you have a law that is inconsistent with the Constitution, it is void, and you have a right, therefore, in fact, a responsibility to go before the court and ask the court to make that declaration. But as I said before, I am disappointed that the government side, who agreed with the complainant, did not, just on their own, since they agreed that it is unconstitutional, go before Parliament and repeal the law. I just thought that we need to make that clarification, because I don't want people going around in Dominica saying that the Constitution says that the laws of Dominica are based on the supremacy of God. It is the Constitution that is supreme, and anything that disagrees with the Constitution must be struck down. Thank you.
Thank you. It's 9:44 in the morning.
Morning, Matt. I am on the side of neutrality. I'm on the side of human rights. And I want to be honest with you, with my basic knowledge. In law, there's no morality. If you're looking for morality, you go to religion, you go to ethics, then you'll get morality in these places. But the scale of justice does not balance. It's a scale with a blindfolded woman. So that's the fact of it. I want to be honest again that I'll leave their judgment up to God in these times, you know. Man should not judge man, because no man is perfect. Hey, I'm not taking for these people, please be advised, but I'm on the side of neutrality. In law, there's no morality.
Modern and upgraded look and layout for the shopping comfort and convenience of our many customers. Please visit us and let us celebrate Mother's Day in a big way from today until 12 May 2024. Come and enjoy great savings. Get a chance to win one of our many prizes. First prize, $300 voucher. Second prize, $200 voucher. 10 vouchers of $100 each. Spend $50 or more to enter the draw. Buy $100 or more and get a bottle of Banks Cherry Brandy or Banks Ginger Wine absolutely free. And check out our many specials, including Clio Baked Beans, 2 for only $7.90, and olives now only $6.95. Condensed tomato soup now $4.50. 15-ounce pigeon peas now only $4.50. Cream style golden corn only $3.95. 29-ounce whole peel tomatoes only $4.50. Also, a large range of cosmetics at reduced prices. Shop and save at Eastside Trading Limited. Eastside Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Get ready for a rhythm of savings and a chance to win the ultimate jazzcation. Shop at Fresh Markets, Best Price, or Cash and Carry, where every $100 spent puts you in the spotlight to win big. Over $6,000 in prizes await, including an all-inclusive staycation at the Intercontinental Resort, 2 VIP tickets to Jazz and Creole, and spending money. Make your shopping a melody of possibilities by simply writing your name and number at the back of the receipt and drop it in the box provided for you. Visit us today for a jazz shopping experience and your chance to win the jazzcation of a lifetime.
13 before the hour. On the telephone, are you there? Yes?
Yes, Matt. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning to you, sir. Morning.
I've been listening to your program there, and some part of it, sometimes we fail to realize that we are living in the last days, because it is written that as it was in the days of Lot, as it was in the days of Noah, as it was in the days of Sodom, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. So this thing is written, and they have to be done. So we cannot hold these people, hold nothing against them because of the way they live. That is how they choose to live. And we're using a scripture verse, who without sin cast the first stone. But we fail to realize that the woman that was caught in adultery was caught in adultery within a man and a woman. But God destroyed Sodom because of the act of homosexuality. And Lot's wife was turned to a pillar of salt because she looked back at Sodom. So we're mixing apple and grape with the woman caught in adultery and homosexuality and Sodom. The woman was forgiven because she was caught in adultery within a man and a woman. It has nothing to do with Sodom and Bogri. So sin is sin, but her sin cannot match with the sin of Sodom. So that is my point of view in my matches box brain. That is what I figure out of that, as the scripture says.
Okay, caller, thank you very much. 950, thank you for participating in our debate, if you will, on the subject before us. Somebody's asking about the Samoa agreement. The last I heard about this, the Prime Minister indicated that we did not sign. So I can't tell you what is the position at this time. Maybe next news conference we'll ask that question, okay? But based on the last conversation we've had at a news conference, he did indicate, meaning the Prime Minister, that he did not sign the argument, or sorry, the contract. Although some people believe otherwise, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's go back to the telephone, and then we will take on the issue before us at this point. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there?
Good morning. How are you doing, my brother?
Morning to you, Brian. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, man. Matt, you see, even what is happening in this world right now, that is the perfect reason why people refer to this world as Babylon. Because Babylon is all about confusion, mixing truth with error. So you hear people bring up the argument like, okay, well, why not persecute for committing adultery and that sort of thing? But incidentally, Matt, I do not know about the law against adultery. But if a man and his wife has problems in a divorce court, okay, adultery will work against one or the other in terms of the sharing of goods, and you can consult a lawyer on that. Don't take my word for it, Matt. Because what we see in here, Matt, is a situation whereby I can ask you a basic question, Matt. With that law that has been repealed in Dominica, as a Christian, because we all claim to be Christian, Matt, and I guess you recognize yourself as a Christian. You know what Satan stands for. We know what God stands for, because that's what it boils down to, you know, Matt, in when we talk about all Christianity and what Satan agenda or God agenda. That law that just passed there, who would you, as a Christian, based on what you know, your knowledge about Christianity and what God stands for, and what you are hearing from people in terms of what the word is saying with respect to condemnation of that particular act, would you say that God is happy about that?
He's
What
not. Not based on all the arguments there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then would you say that Satan is happy with what happened in Dominica?
Well, I don't know Satan, but I'll say yes. He's happy.
Exactly. So, Matt, that's what it boils down to, in terms of things. And then even for the Christians, the lawyer gave a very, very good advice. And she particularly mentioned the Christian, but I want to extend that advice to all men. She advised the Christians to read the Bible well. Read it thoroughly, because there are parts of the Bible which tells us that we as Christians, we have to respect the government and so on and pray for our leaders and so on, which is very true and right, and plenty of us should practice. If we're not practicing that, pray for them to do well. But there are parts also that teach us that when there are laws which is contrary to what the government of God stands for, what God instructs us to do, we do not have to keep them. We remember the Hebrew boys in that regard. Okay? So our constitution is a different constitution, Matt, as Christians, and people need to recognize that, and we have a responsibility to witness. So there is no amount of laws that can make bogai natural. It's simply unnatural. The Christians will have to worry themselves about that, because as people rightly say, everybody has a choice to do what they want. The essence of love is choice. God is not forcing anybody to worship him or to live a good life, but what God makes sure that he does is that he shows us the consequence and the benefits of both sides. What is good and the consequences of it, what is bad and the consequences of it. We as Christians, we just have to witness and try to inform people, but the choice is theirs. And we continue to love them, but we cannot be partakers or encouraging the sins that they commit, Matt. So that is basically the Christians shouldn't be fretting themselves. Yes, you feel sorry for them, because it's really hard, Matt, to believe to try to think of how can people try to justify such an unnatural act, Matt. So it must be madness. And then people stand up and fight for it and defend people's right, to commit all time. And we know what these things are going to lead to, because we have examples always before us, Matt. So, and again, Mr. Lequan finally, Matt, made a point with respect to the government bringing the case, Matt. And when that case first broke, Matt, that is one of the things that I discussed with you, Matt. The fact that the government was taking the back door, because Skerrit had given a promise that not on his watch. So he decided it's a political movement. Allowing that to go to the court is a political move, and I lamented the point that Cara made this morning. The government supported it, Matt. So it was the government supported it. The government was happy that it was brought to court so that they could repeal the law without having to go take the parliament way. Because if they had taken the parliament way, the impression out there would be that the government, Skerrit, is going back on his word. And look, Skerrit now is going to legalize bogai in Dominica. So Skerrit did it the backdoor way. He legalized the backdoor activity, the backdoor way, Matt. He came through, supported the challenge, and that is very important. The government supported the challenge in court, Matt. So the people of Dominica needs to know that they are the ones, this government, responsible for bringing us in boga. That is the conclusion of the whole matter, Matt.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you. It's 9:56. Let me just read a section of that law there. It says 16:1 says the person who commits burglary is guilty of an offense and liable on conviction to imprisonment of 25 years if committed by an adult on a minor, 10 years if committed by an adult on another adult, 5 years if committed by a minor. And if the court thinks it's fit, the court may order that the convicted person may be admitted to the psychiatric hospital for treatment. Any person who attempts to commit the offense of burglary or is guilty of an assault with intent to commit the same. 449-3095-9697. And again, it's not only men and men, but only all together is for men and women as well. If you commit the act of burglary to a woman, you're liable as well. Talk to me, yes? Before that, are you there? So Are you the caller? No, you're not. Let's take another phone call. Yes.
Good morning to you, big brother.
Big brother, how are you doing?
I'm trying. Hold mom and daddy.
Okay.
I listened to a lawyer. She sounds like Pontius Pilate in the Bible.
She sounds like what?
She sounds like Pontius Pilate in the Bible. She's washing her hands. Now that I'm telling you again, like I told you to Randy last week, God must ordain or direct people to do these things that His word must be fulfilled. He must direct that. That must be directed. That and the lady who called you earlier on this morning, she was correct. For principalities and powers in high places, you have pastors, you have lawmakers, you have everybody doing all what it's doing where the Bible talks about. So in all, summarizing that, it is a fact that God, for His word to come or go forth, based on His scripture, He must use human beings to get to it, to do what the Bible said that will happen in the last days, my brother. God bless you. Have a good day today.
God bless you. God bless you. 9:59 is the morning time. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll come back right after this. Stick around. Stick around.
Get ready for a rhythm of savings and a chance to win the ultimate jazzcation. Shop at Fresh Markets, Best Price, or Cash and Carry, where every $100 spent puts you in the spotlight to win big. Over $6,000 in prizes await, including an all-inclusive staycation at the Intercontinental Resort, 2 VIP tickets to Jazz and Creole, and spending money. Make your shopping a melody of possibilities by simply writing your name and number at the back of the receipt and drop it in the box provided for you. Visit us today for a jazzy shopping experience and your chance to win the jazzcation of a lifetime.
Eaststar Trading Limited has a new, modern and upgraded look and layout for the shopping comfort and convenience of our many customers. Please visit us and let us celebrate Mother's Day in a big way from today until 12 May 2024. Come and enjoy great savings. Get a chance to win one of our many prizes. First prize, $300 voucher. Second prize, $200 voucher. 10 vouchers of $100 each. Spend $50 or more to enter the draw. Buy $100 or more and get a bottle of Banks Cherry Brandy or Banks Ginger Wine absolutely free. And check out our many specials, including Clio Baked Beans, 2 for only $7.90. And olives now only $6.95. Condensed tomato soup now $4.50. 15-ounce pigeon peas now only $4.50. Cream style golden corn only $3.95. 29-ounce whole peel tomatoes only $4.50. Also, a large range of cosmetics at reduced prices. Shop and save at Eaststar Trading Limited. Eaststar Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Sign up for broadband now and get 50% off for the first 3 months. Plus, a chance to win a $10,000 Visa cash card.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunblast juices, Topper Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
It's already 10:03. We want to kind of switch subjects at this point because we have a very serious discussion before Parliament this morning. As I said, government is seeking parliamentary approval today for a credit facility of $103.95 million from the IDA to finance a new electricity transmission network. There's also debate on supplementary estimates for 52 million plus. When Parliament convenes today, Monday, the government of Dominica will present a proposal for a parliamentary approval of credit facility aimed at funding the development of a new transmission network. The Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security, Dr. Irvin McIntyre, will spearhead the resolution of the authorization of a credit facility totaling $103.95 million from the International Development Association, IDA. The initiative forms part of the government's plan to advance the production of geothermal energy, which include establishing a new power plant to facilitate connectivity between the geothermal power plant in Loda and the hydroelectrical power plants situated in the Roseau Valley. This interconnected network is intended to extend Dominic's substation at Foncolé, enhancing distribution capabilities to serve the electricity cost consumers effectively. So the question is this value for money at this stage when we have spent so much, millions of dollars on this geothermal plant? I'll be speaking with Mr. Leonard Matthew, who knows a bit about that. Questions at this time as to whether there's value for money. I'll later speak with Mr. Martin on the very subject. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Good morning to you, Mr. Leonard Matthew. Big question. Is this value for money?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Matt. That's a very important question, Matt Peltier. Is there value for money? And that's an answer that's a question for the public to ask, because from your introductory statement, you said that the government is taking to Parliament a request for additional $103 million. I saw a document, and I must note it does not say whether that's US or EC. But Matt Peltier, the important fact that the people should understand is if the government of Dominica is taking any request to Parliament, what they are doing is they are asking the people of Dominica for permission to take a credit on behalf of them, on behalf of the Dominican people.
We are the ones paying back, huh?
Well, exactly. That's the point. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I think in our discussion, I think there's a lot of ignorance in the parliamentary process and why Parliament exists. So if the government says it's taking the request to Parliament for a credit facility of $103 million, I don't know if that's US because it doesn't say. And in that same letter, there were other figures of 2 million and 52 million that specified EC. That means it's basically going to the people of Dominica and requesting the people approve $103 million for a transmission. Now, let me give my 2 cents on parliamentary. Once that happens, that means the government is going to tell the people how they plan on raising that fund, how they plan on paying it back, what are the interest rates, and what is the cost of electricity. If the government cannot do that, then the people of Dominica should not be approving that fund until they tell the Dominican people how they plan to pay back for that. And by that I mean, are they going to raise taxes in certain areas? Are they going to sell additional citizenships in certain areas?
Just a quick note there. According to one government official, it's EC dollars, okay? EC instead of US. EC.
Okay, it's EC dollars. Okay. Well, I mean, and that's fine. Whether it's EC or US, I just wanted to make sure that it's clear. But the point is, the main point is the fact that they're going to Parliament. People need to understand what they are really doing is asking the population for permission to do that. And if we're granting them permission, then we need questions answers, and that is the most important thing that people should take to their. But Matt, in the energy management and the energy industry, there are different facets or different stages, and one of them is in the exploration, or you call that the upstream. So you have upstream where you have like the drilling and the geothermal plant. That's considered the upstream. That's where electricity is produced. These are normally separate accounts for certain reasons because you have different operations, you have different mindset, you have maintenance costs. It's a whole new ballgame. Now that the government has spent all that money on the exploration and building the geothermal plant, and I don't think that's complete yet. Then there is what they call the midstream, and that the midstream involves in the oil and gas industry. It involves pipelines running from the oil fields, or in that case, electricity running from the generation facility to substations and different locations. And then there is what they call the downstream, that involves the electricity or fuel getting into the retail, which is the businesses, the houses, and so on. Now, when you're calculating the cost of electricity, the most important thing is ensuring that it's cheap. When you talk about electricity, you need what they call cheap and reliable. And I know why there's a push for geothermal, because in this era, we are talking about global warming and the effects of carbon, burning of fossil fuels on our environment, what we've seen now. So there is a global push to have renewable, low carbon energy. And geothermal is a good source. I'm not going to argue against the use of geothermal. The problem is, I have not seen a breakdown in terms of what is it going to cost the customers. Matt, let's take for example, in every business, you have a commodity, a good or a service that you're selling. There is a cost for the production of that good, that commodity or service. When you sell that service, it has to be at a price where you can cover all your costs and then make a profit. In the case of the electricity, there's what they call the levelized cost. So you have to first find out how much energy you're going to produce over a period of time, factor in all your costs. And the cost of exploration is not normally factored in because that's called a sunk cost. Sunk cost is because it's a cost that must be incurred to find out what is it. The issue is, after you spend that money building that plant, doing that transmission line, there is operation and maintenance costs. There is costs for salaries. There's all kind of costs involved. I have not seen a breakdown of the levelized cost that tells me that the price of electricity at the end of the day is going to cost less than it is right now. And one of the things we can look at is look at how much electricity is being produced by Domlec over a period of time, or over the year. Find out what is the unit rate of electricity, and that will give us an idea of how much revenue is generated annually by the consumers in Dominica. The last I saw, Matt Peltier, which is critical, and that's what you look at the information. The last I saw, the households, the domestic use of electricity was higher than the industrial use. As a matter of fact, street lights were consuming more electricity than hotels and other industries, which tells us that our electricity generated is not the most efficient use of the electricity. What I mean by that, if we are just creating electricity for consumption in homes and in our supermarkets and so on, electricity becomes very important when it's used to create another material from raw materials. By that I mean if you have light industries and so on, where you use that power to generate manufacturing that creates additional value to other things. So what that does in the creation of new products and services, then you can cover the cost of the electricity. The last I saw from Domlec a couple of years ago, they only made $74,000 profit. So I'm asking myself, if we're spending all that money, how is that process they're doing going to be beneficial to the public? And from what I saw with the generator issue and what I saw with people not being able to the pay-as-you-go program, I am not confident that electricity is going to be at a lower rate for the Dominican public. I am not confident it is. And my thing about it is, as much as this sounds like a political issue where people can get bragging rights for I was the first to develop geothermal energy without having proper finance, without having proper forecasting, without having information that tells us how that's going to benefit the country in the long term. That is the issue. As we have seen, we have the problem here, Matt Peltier, initially when they started geothermal energy. There was this big symposium at Fortium Hotel. They invited business people from across the globe, and nobody bit in. And the reason why nobody bit in is because they did not see a profit. If you invite business people to say, hey, I have geothermal plants, I'm going to do this, Dominica is going to be a place to invest, and nobody buys in, it's because they did not see a profitability. So if the government is doing the geothermal plant, the government is doing the transmission lines, and the government is going to subsidize those when they're not making a profit, who is holding the purse for that? It's really the people of Dominica. And I think before that goes through, the people of Dominica...
So you're saying this is a possibility, the bragging rights that you just mentioned there, that's a real possibility?
But that's all it is. It's all about political bragging rights. I don't see the financial sense in there. And Matt Peltier, I mean, if you're doing any, I mean, there are different forms of energy, renewable energy. There's wind, there's wave energy, there is solar, and the government has information that showed that they could. I don't have it with me right now, but they could put solar plants for much less than they're doing right now, and already start the process of having decarbonization. Point is, when you're doing this thing, there has to be a cost analysis. And what that says is you make a comparative analysis between the different types of renewable energy there. Which one is most feasible? Which one you can get going quicker? And for the amount of money... So
you're saying going solar might have been a better move?
I have seen documents from the Ministry of from the Planet and from the government website itself, said in Layu area they could have built solar cells with batteries for much less cost that would provide enough electricity for the consumption in Dominica, and I'm talking about domestic consumption. And if there is a long-term plan to transition into geothermal through the increase of light industries doing the value-added consumption, because I hear people talk about shipping electricity overseas and doing all that's hogwash, Matt Peltier. If you want the best use of your energy in Dominica, it has to come with a development plan. So if you're doing geothermal energy, the best use of your energy is into light manufacturing, because that's what industrialization is all about. As a matter of fact, the main reason the industrial world developed quickly was to use coal and gas and to build factories and industries and create employment and efficiency in manufacturing. So if you're going to develop geothermal or whatever, what you should be doing that with is with a complete development plan to have the conversion of our raw materials, our agri products into value-added products. That would be the much better use. I don't hear that. I don't hear that plan. What I'm hearing is we're going to create electricity and I'm not seeing the numbers. I'm not seeing the levelized cost. I'm not seeing all the cost analysis. I'm not seeing the forecast, and I'm not seeing the revenue. And we have information in Dominica. I mean, Matt, if you go on Domlec's website, Domlec has annual financial report they give out every year that tells you what are the major consumers of electricity and what are the main drivers of the electric consumption. So having that conversation should include these kinds of information. And the problem is we have a public that frankly doesn't care or are ignorant of what they need. And I'm saying if the government is coming and ask you for $103 million, additional $2 million in supplementary, that basic, what they're telling you, they're coming to ask the public. And if the public doesn't get enough information, nothing should happen unless the public is satisfied that what the government has spent and what.
But it seems clear that the horse has already left the stable. I mean, it's Monday morning, 18 past 10.
Matt, sometimes the horse leaves the stable, but you can get a lasso and lasso the horse. I mean, I think that's a defeatist mentality when we just keep saying the horse has already left the stable. And I will say again, like I've said in other conversations with you, the Dominican people need to get up and act and do what needs to be done to curtail the irresponsible management and spending of the government, especially.
But you're saying in a nutshell, you don't think Dominica can afford, borrowing more money at this point, no?
Well, I don't understand why we're borrowing so much money when we have a multi-billion-dollar project going on in Dominica. It doesn't make sense, Mattelti. I mean, we boasting of we boasting. Here's the deal, Mattelti. If you asking for more money, you cannot ask for more money in isolation of the national debt. You cannot ask for more money in isolation of all the projects that's building in Dominica. The billion-dollar airport, the billions of dollars in construction, the housing, the Red Clinic, and all the other social programs. And then if it's being done on behalf of the people, then the people need to understand where is that money coming from? Who's paying for it? Because once you go to Parliament, the process of going to Parliament is basically asking the population for permission. And if the population says yes, then any consequences as a result of that borrowing is back on the public. Let's say, God forbid, something happens to the Prime Minister and the government tomorrow. The Dominican people are left with the bag to hold. So people need to understand that important fact that if the government goes to Parliament, they're basically asking you for permission to do something. And if you're asking me for permission, I need to know exactly where that money is coming from. How is that money going to be spent? What is my responsibility as a citizen for paying back? And how is that money going to help bring down the electricity rates in Dominica and have cheap and reliable electricity? And if you cannot answer those questions, then it should not be passed. It's plain and simple.
All right. Thank you again. Thank you. 103.95 million from the IDA to finance a new electricity transmission network. Question remains, can we afford? Somebody's saying, Matt, you see why these people, thank you, why these people go to Parliament for like 3 times a year. Once they get the millions through Parliament, you don't hear them going to Parliament for anything again. And they just stay in campaign and travel mode until they run out and need more millions. Nothing substantial directly trickle down to the citizens in quick time to improve on the ordinary person's life. All they use, the House, for its approved millions for the washing machines. Matt, look at St. Kitts, just got millions from Saudi Arabia to inject into their geothermal and solar energy to buy more upgraded diesel generators. And we have yet to see what the Gucci Grace and Mugabe of Dominica is doing with the Saudi money. Dominicans, are you not tired of these people? 1022, hello, talk to me.
Matt, good morning.
Morning to you, sir. How are you?
Matt, the gentleman made the point over and over that there is no proper plan. They're working on a piecemeal, do it by the minute kind of a project. And this kind of major projects, you just can't do that. You know, 100, how much did they use for the drilling, Matt? How many million? Now another 103 million just for
The transmission. Yes.
the transmission network.
Hmm.
Yeah, but Matt, they have not started the infrastructure yet. The physical infrastructure for the steam generators, Matt, that has not even started. When you go to the geothermal sites, all you see is a big pipe coming out of the ground. That is all, Matt. There's nothing beyond. So how much are they going to need for the actual facility to house the generators themselves, and et cetera, et cetera? How many more million is that going to take, Matt? Matt, have we asked ourselves that? 1,000 million? A billion? Because it seems like that's where we're heading. If you start to add it up, Matt, that's what it looks like it's going to add up to. They don't have the generators. These are steam generators. The reason they have to upgrade the network, as I understand it, I may be wrong, is that our top voltage is 33,000 volts when you're dealing with the steam generation. Right now, our maximum is only 11,000 volts. So if you're preparing for geothermal, you have to have a network that can handle the 33,000 volts. And I believe that's what this 103 is. I'm not even sure, Matt, but I believe so. So imagine the cost of the steam generators and the installation of these steam generators connecting to these wells. Matt, this is a major, expensive project. Now, Matt, finally, what safety equipment and manpower will we have in place in case there is a quote-unquote blowout and all this material starts to come down the Roseau Valley, through Trafalgar, down the waterfalls, down into Roseau? What safety equipment and manpower do we have in place? Or do people have to come all the way from Iceland? That is the question. And Mr. Martin, thanks to him, has been always bringing that to our attention. These geothermal deep, I must add the word deep geothermal wells, they do blow out. It happens. Enough said, Matt.
All right, thank you very much. I'll be talking to Mr. Martin sometime later. Hello, talk to me. Questions?
Mother, I didn't hear you properly. I was outside. Where is Starboy going to get that money, Matt?
He's getting it from the IDA.
Matt, Starboy stupidity just came from Dubai. What did he go there to do, Matt? Do you know? What did he bring back from there, Matt? You know?
I don't know specifically, no.
He went to Greece. What did he go there to do? What did he bring back from Greece, Matt?
I think there was some discussion on biodiversity in Greece, yes?
Papa God. Matt, that man that's bankrupt in that country, and Dominicans not seeing what that man doing, you know, Matt. That man trying his best to bankrupt that Dominica, Matt. Dominicans, it's time for you to wake up, Papa Bode. Leave all buggery now. Now it's time to put things in order and talk about what really going on in the country. What people do, they do their own business. Look, right now, the man going to, when he borrowed 100 and how much million he just borrowed the other day was for that same geothermal thing, Matt? He borrowed a couple millions ago for geothermal. Huh?
I think we have spent almost 300 million there on that project.
The man just keep borrowing money. He went to a bank the other day to borrow money. He went to Greece and talking about deforestation. They shouldn't do this. And he went to decorate the botanical gardens, deforest the botanical gardens, and he went into Greece and talking shit. Not with serious shit in our country, and Dominicans not seen it. We will be at, they say, Antigua, China, by Antigua and China, digging for Antigua and China.
Well, I was told by a government official in Antigua that's just rumors, huh?
That's rumors.
Yes.
Let's just hope so, Matt. Always rumors when people hear it, and when it starts to happen, they're telling you, well, Well, it's a deep hole with plenty water or dry one. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. It's 10:27 in the morning. Let's take a few phone calls. Yes? Hello? Uh-huh.
Yes, morning, man.
Morning.
What's the calling Starboy? Well, it's Starboy. Theology. That man has no brain. And that man hates Dominicans. When that man bring Dominicans down to the gutter, to the quagmire, man, all that money that man taking, going somewhere. It's going somewhere for him to escape. Dominicans, what happened to them? Their brain, they shit their brain. Dominicans does not see what Kerry doing. One ignorant, stupid, dumb man doing. My God, what is wrong with Dominicans? Dominicans are so short lived.
Hello, talk to me. That includes you, huh? You're Dominican too. Hello, talk to me. Watch what you say. Talk to
Good
me.
morning.
Morning to
Good
you.
morning. Good morning.
Yes, I.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm here.
Lately I've been trying to just listen to the conversation, what's going on. But I had to call it this morning based on my sister Blue, what she just said. And she's on point. I mean, some people may not agree with her, but she just made a statement. There are a whole lot more important issues. Because on that Bulgari law, I already knew that thing was a foregone conclusion. So I wasn't going to waste my time with that. Because the statistician or one of them guys that the so-called leader had was tight in his corner. So you know where he supports these things. And he lied to the people all the time, and the people keep waiting to see what he's doing, what his decisions are already made. And what he do, he throw a wrench in things that are important on your show or important to the people on the whole in general, and he take the conversation, of course. The important things are the electoral reform, what she just said. A leader of a country leaves the country continuously. He goes away, sneak in and out of the country, jet setting all over the place, running from here to there, and the country knows nothing. And I'm going to use you, man, as a journalist. When she asked you, she said, why did he go to Saudi Arabia? Why did he go to Greece? And you say you don't know. It's not your fault. But there are many more journalists, not just you. Somebody should know what's taking place, where these guys are going, what are they doing. And based on the geothermal issue, I say it as a theft. And Lenin said it best. It's an issue for somebody to stand up on a podium and big up their chest and say, well, look, you see what I do. No, the government do this. And it's all that is bullshit, because you cannot rule a government based on bragging. You have to rule a country based on issues and making people life better, making the economy better, having the country run like a real country and not like somebody's pocketbook. They just go in and take 103 million there and just take money and spend likewise. And nobody knows what the end result is. Nobody knows how much is owed to the government. Nobody knows how much is owed to the country. Nobody knows nothing, man. It's too much going on secretly and people don't know what's going on. So most of these things that when I listen, make me just be like, man, just let me just listen, because it's too much nonsense going on in this country. And the frustration of the people is really, really rightly warranted, because what happens in a country like this is everything that you don't want. You may not want chaos, or you may not want violence, you may not want whatever your wish may be. But all these things that's taking place eventually brings the country in a downward spiral, because you had a caller this morning say, justice is blind. There's a lady with a blinders on, and he made a moral issue and a constitutional issue. But these things in a country, man, brings the country in a chaotic situation. And when it comes down to it all, law, unlawful or lawlessness, all these things, man, you name it how you want, man. And this is what I'm saying. So for that reason, sometimes I just listen to where people are going. But I just want to say that because Blue tempted me to call.
All right, caller. It's 10:32. Somebody says in a WhatsApp message, Skerrit was in Greece for less than 24 hours. He took 2 pics and went to Lithuania, Latvia, Serbia, and Dubai, all by private chartered flights. What was he doing in those countries? Somebody's asking at this point. 10:32. Hello, talk to me.
But good morning.
Morning to you. Yes.
But let me ask a question. But how much money, when Mr. Linton make his calculation based on report that he kept on our CBI money, how much money we have out there for our passport money?
From my last count, 6 point something million, billion dollars. Yes.
6 point something billion dollars. And we they're talking about we're going to borrow $100 million. But we go to Dominica, right? But we have a government in our country going in our parliament passing laws to wash money in our country, in our parliament to wash money, Matt. But we go in that country there, right? Matt, have a good day.
Have a good day. Have a good day. 449-309-596 and 97. Let's listen to this voice note.
Good morning, Matt. Hope all is well. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm trying to understand. So the Prime Minister and his government official, I remember you playing a clip. This woman saying, we do not have the money. So if the government does not have the money, if the country does not have the money, where are they going to get that money from? I don't understand. I'm really lost because you don't have money to give public servant a raise. You don't have money to pay the public works. You don't have money to do basic things that needs to be done, but yet still you have money to put into geothermal. I don't understand. I please make me understand it, because it's like you coming to me for a need and let's put it that way. A father who's supposed to be paying child support, and he's going to the court telling the court, I don't have the money, but yet still he buys $130,000 car. So make that make sense to me. I'm really lost, because not having money means that you're broke. You know, you don't have it to give, and that is millions. It's not 100,000. It's not. That is millions they're asking for. So please make it make sense to me. And if the country doesn't have money, how is it still paying $64,000 a month for a man and his family to live when he has a perfectly good house in another part of the country? You know, and if the country doesn't have money, how is it that they can go on trips and he bring his whole entourage and then singing from AM to PM, we're working in front of Chinese? You know, I don't understand. How is it if the country doesn't have money? How are he's always out of the country? So please make me understand that, because I don't know, not having money means that you cannot suck what you don't have. You know, it's like a mother breastfeeding and the child wants, breast milk, and the mother has none, but yet still the child is sucking. I mean, I'm confused. Please explain it to me. Maybe somebody, an expert Clarence Christian or so can explain it to me, because I'm lost. I'm lost, Matt. Thank you.
It's 10:35 in the morning. Hello, yes?
Matt, good morning.
Morning.
I'm asking a simple question this morning.
What's the question?
Matt, where does, I know you don't know, I'm just throwing the question out there, somebody might know. Where does Roosevelt Skerrit take that money to roam about all about the world while he owes the whole of Dominica on credit? The Treasury has no money this week. Every project that starts not continuing, builders having problems to get their money. Where does he take that money roaming around the world? I would like to know. Thank you very much.
Somebody's asking the question there in a WhatsApp message, Matt. They're getting the money from the IDA, meaning the International Development Association, because it is credit facility. It is a credit facility. It has to be paid back. How do we plan on paying back? What about the interest? Is it going to be from electricity sale? Start opening your eyes. Somebody just indicated that Mr. Skerrit has left Parliament with his Attorney General. 10:37. Are you there?
Yes, Matt.
Yes.
Matt, I was listening earlier on to the gentleman was talking about the people need to approve this rule or whatever that they want to take in the parliament. But what I said, how does the people get involved? Because no parliamentary representative, they go to no constituency and dialogue with the people. I believe everything that needs to pass in the House. That's why they are the representative of the people to carry up to the House, right? That's why every candidate should come to their people and inform their people, let their people know what happened, what's going on. So from there they can take a decision. You don't just go in the House, you don't know what the people are about, if the people accept, if the people agree, if the people disagree, and just start there, and when the law passes, just say, I have it, and that is it. It's not right. I believe in future, I believe every parliamentary representative should go to the people and let the people know what happened. So from there, you can take a decision and say, well, I take a decision for the people. But when you go and just say the eyes have, you don't take the decision for nobody, you take the decision for your master. That's all. Matt, and another note, on the West Coast, there's no radio signal for K95.
On the West Coast? What area is that exactly?
Well, down, like I would say the north, big blind area going down.
All right, I'll talk to the technician about that. 449-309-596. And again, those of you who might not know, the IDA is the International Development Association. It's part of the World Bank, or part of the World Bank that helps world low-income countries, okay? 449, just thought I would mention that. 449-309-596 and 97. Talk to me, yeah? Are you there, caller? Sorry about that. We missed that one. We'll take another call. Are you there? Yes? Caller.
Yes, Mr. Pelte.
How are you doing, sir?
So, Matt, you joined the world, boy, Matt, and you're bringing me with you, boy. Matt, that is the manner of madness, and it is very sad. And I want to warn people first before I move on, Matt. Stop asking for every aspect of your life to be legislated. Matt, do you know in Saudi Arabia and most of those Arab countries, homosexuals and lesbians is death for them, Matt? Do you know that?
I heard that, yes.
But they're in bed with the West, American, all of them that sanctioning African countries and Caribbean countries. So, Matt, the situation is much more complicated. Stop trying to make homosexuals and gays your enemies, all right? Matt, it is sad to see what is happening in Dominica. Matt, I listened to Alvin Thomas on Workers' Voice. My God. These revelations there are frightening, Matt. And Matt, there are so many intelligent people in Dominica, educated people. But what Skerrit have cleverly done is shut them up by giving them to sell passports, Matt, or duty-free, always give them something. And they have traded Dominica for some millions. To hell with us. And the Chinese are right there, you know. The Chinese, when Skerrit burned the Phoenix down to the ground, the Chinese will have it resurrecting from the ashes, bigger and more beautiful and dictatorial feathers, Matt. And Dominicans say, but you saw we lost Dominica, you know? Matt, we are a strange people. No institution or organization or individual of any substance can make any meaningful argument and noise and protestation. Now you have people telling you, stop criticizing Skerrit, because more you criticize Skerrit, the stronger he become, more popular you making him. But how can we be so illogical and ridiculous, Matt, in a country? Watching a man single-handedly destroying a country. You have, how they call him, a senior counsel, not clong. I don't think it's a clong. He might be. I am not the one to declare that.
The man there watching his family business even regressing. They have to give it to other management and play all kind of semantics and cocoa macaque. Matt, all of them under the gun. Matt, you're a journalist, Matt. Even if you go out for a few months to take care of yourself. But Matt, you're not saying Dominica, no, Matt? Matt, you're old enough to know that was not Dominica. 20, 30 years ago, Dominica was a thriving country. Everybody wanted to be in Dominica, and further than that, people were leaving overseas to come and do the medicals in Dominica, we Matt. And now the man kill the country, hospital dead, school dead, banks running, everything, Matt. Chinese, they're taking over, and Dominicans telling me about, you know, I mean, not to criticize the man. You have to gain labor rights, to bridge the gap. You have to bend over backwards and lick your testicles to show how flexible you are to bridge the gap, Matt. You see, all you in that country, Matt, Matt, you see, Matt, I want you to bring flowers for me, you know. When you see me make me departure, Matt, all I want is some flowers from you. But I think it's too late to turn back now. How can I relent when my country is under duress by a few criminals that have done everything that is treasonous for the people to rise up? And there are nobody that are willing to make the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice if need be. Christ made it for all you say. Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Mandela stayed 27 years in jail. No man telling you, I mean, you go violent. And what about violence? You're talking about just being militant. You don't have to be violent. You can be militant without being violent. If need be, you do what you have to do. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. What the hell we stand up there watching these criminals destroy Dominica, and the transition is obvious. The Chinese are just going to say, voila, thank you. My Chinese know what is voila, no? Have a blessed day, sir.
Have a blessed day. Let's take another phone call. It's 10:44, 16 more minutes before the 11 o'clock hour. Are you there, caller? Yes?
Matt, have we heard at what interest rate that this loan, 103 million loan, is going to be?
Not that I know. Maybe.
You mean they're not telling the public what the general populace doesn't know what interest?
Well, I suspect as the debate continues this morning, maybe.
But, oh, Lord, Matt. Anyway, Matt, I sent you a clip. Play it if you like.
All right, thank you. It's 10:44. 10:44 is the morning time. You spoke about the clip. Let's listen.
Matt, I can only conclude that Roosevelt Skerrit is an agent of the Chinese government. And he wants to make sure that when it's time to pay the Chinese, that we are properly stuck in the debt trap so that the Chinese government can claim the assets that they built on our behalf with loans that we took from them. That's my conclusion. That's my personal opinion.
All right, let's go back to the telephone. Are you there? Yes?
Hello?
How are you, sir? How are you?
Oh, not bad, thank you. I was listening this morning to that tape you played with the lawyer, and I agree with the lawyer. The only problem I had with the beloved lawyer is that she should have kept away from the Bible, the quotation of the Bible. That's the only problem I have with that. She did a very good job, but that the Bible quotation, that's not her field. She should keep away from there.
All right. Your opinion? On the telephone, hello.
Hi, good morning, Matt.
Good morning to you. Morning.
Matt, I need you to find out something, please.
What's that?
Can you find out what is the cost of Dominica's external debt? Because it seems like we just continue borrowing with no visible means of payback. We're not producing anything that we can make money to pay back our debt. It seems like we have to borrow and then borrow to pay back. So can you find out what is Dominica's external debt for me?
I'll find out for you. I'll report to you sometime later, okay? On the telephone, are you there? Yes?
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad. But the thing is Dominican talking too much. They're talking too much. They need to act. And when they start to act, things will change in Dominica. But the talking don't go in anywhere.
Okay. All right. Let's talk more action. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yeah?
Mr. Phil, good morning.
My brother, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm just taking it easy. Now, this thing, I got a few things about this thing about this gay thing and this thing. The question becomes that I have for these people is whether you see everybody talk about you have rights, but the question is what is right about being gay? Because we all know I can show them, I can tell people what is wrong, but I need them to tell me what is right about it.
Well, what about persons who argue that some people are born gay?
What's that?
What about the argument that some people are just born that way?
No, listen. If somebody is born like that, that is a cursed person. Because God never created. The God that says a man shall not lie with a man cannot make a man to born a gay. It is impossible. You understand what I'm saying? So, for you to be a leader of a country or a judge or anything like that, to say that somebody have rights, you cannot have rights to do wrong. It's impossible. You have a conscience. Your conscience stands against what is wrong, and it stands for what is right. You cannot tell me that you have gay rights when you cannot even tell me what is right about being gay, and who gave you even that right? You understand what I'm saying? So, what I am upset about also is that we live in Dominica, and you have government giving rights to people to do what is wrong, but the thing that is right.
But in their mind, what they're doing is right, you know. In their mind, what they're doing is right. It's a constitutional right, you know. So in their mind, they're right. You're saying they're wrong, but they believe what they're doing is right, right?
But there is a thing we call desire. It's in scripture. People have desire, but that doesn't mean your desires are right. You understand what I'm saying? Now, hear this. I'm going to ask you this question. Name me one country that was destroyed by God for a man being with a woman, being married to her, and sleeping with that woman. But I can tell you a country that was destroyed by God for a man sleeping with a man. So right there, I can tell you.
Was it for one sin? You're talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. Was it for one sin or for sins?
I can tell you this. Being homosexual is a threat to everybody's life because countries are being destroyed for being homosexual.
But I'm asking you the same reference you're making there. Was it for one sin, meaning buggery, or was it for all sins?
Once it is not like God. What God hates.
But God hates sins. You know that all sins, huh?
What's that?
God hates all sins, including adultery and fornication. Yeah.
God hates all sins, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand, but all sins is sin and all sins is wrong. But there are categories. God asks a man to be with a woman, but with conditions. And if he breaks that, there is a punishment.
Oh, so anyway, we'll continue to, because if we have to continue the argument there, we'll go on and on and on. Let's take another phone call. Hello, talk to me. All sins are sins. Do you think there are categories of sins? Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yeah?
Matt, you see that Christianity that had slavery in its hand, that used African people as slaves? I'm tired of hearing this Bible part because the Bible was used to enslave men. And man, look at in this so-called enlightened age. Do you think by now people, at least in the Caribbean, should have a white Jesus if they really want to be Christian, or a black Jesus? With the knowledge that we have, should they now take down all those white Jesus images and put black Jesus ones up in this day and age, Matt? The hypocrisy still persists. There's no way in hell that Jesus Christ could be a white man. We all know that. So why do we have these white images of Jesus Christ still hanging in our houses? At least take them down and find some local artist to make you a black one. Because not only the image, but that particular image was a degraded person. If you look at the information, that person was having sex with his sister, and they use his image as the image of Christ. We know that, Matt. Every good Christian should have found that out by now. The preachers are not doing their work. And when I tell them about it, they tell me color doesn't matter. Matt, they say color doesn't matter. Can you imagine? They know the information is right, but color doesn't matter. And I say the reason they're not doing it is probably because they have been funded by white conservative Christians in the USA. That is why they cannot do it.
All right, caller. Somebody's asking a question about our external debt. I just found out it's about 1.5 billion EC dollars. Okay, the external debt is about 1.5 billion EC dollars. Just found out. 10:53 is the morning time. Let's take another phone call. Again, the external debt is about 1.5 billion EC dollars. Hello, talk to me. Yeah.
Morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, Mary Dom and Clara and all those who were in the court has opened a can of worms, Matt, or a portal of hell for murder dom, for incest dom, for BC dom, plus, to match as fools to justify their sins, Matt. Matt, they have discredited the Bible by just saying that the Bible is not credible. That's what they are doing, Matt. But not
according to your interpretation, they think otherwise.
No, Matt, the Bible is clear, isn't it, but God said do not. If you say do not, it's very, very clear. It's not if you cannot think otherwise. God says do not, and he said do not. There's nothing to go against it. You know, he said thou shalt not steal, and you want to steal. He said don't steal, Matt. And you cannot say, well, you can interpret that in a different way. You cannot. If you tell a child do not light matches because you burn the house down, that's clear. And so those people, those people who are doing that, they are just like specks of dust floating in the air, who will soon fall to the ground, talking against the Creator, created the whole universe. And that is true, all sin is sin. But homosexuality, murder, idolatry, and those things, I have to pass a certain level of God's law to reach that level. And God said that when you reach this level, He give you up to a reprobate mind. Your heart becomes seared like a hard conscience. You have a hard conscience. And God is not able to save you, unlike some other sins, because you have passed certain degrees where God cannot reach you again. Very, very good difficult for God to reach you. He gave you up already. So when we're talking about those sins, we are trying to tell people these are degrees of sin that's very, very high, and it's bring God's wrath quicker than some other sins. You know, Matt. So we should try and see that, try and preserve ourselves actually, and our children, our generation. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? And we are destroying our foundation in the court right now, and we are opening a portal of hell that we cannot handle. We will not be able to handle. Thank you very much.
All right, it's 10:55. You know, I always say on radio, I've said that many, many times. You know, a religion is the one thing I don't like to debate on radio. Everybody has their own interpretations of the Bible. Hello, talk to me.
Matt, I have another question.
Tell me.
It just dawned on me.
Yes.
So Dominica is in debt up to the wazoo. Skerrit is owing even locals, as we were saying, our local palace, or left, right, and center. But yet still, the loans that we have, it sounds like we cannot even pay it. But yet still, we taking more loans. And, you know, it's just amazing to me. It's like going to a shop and query in. Long time I haven't said that word. And query in. And then when you query, you owe in over, let's say, $200-300. Then you're still going back to the same person and query in again. And the person giving you the loan again. So if we owe the World Bank and all who else we owe, why is it that these people still giving Dominica a loan when they haven't even started paying or not even finished paying what it is they have? Something doesn't sound right to me. It's like you have a company, the company owing other companies for services or whatever, and they keep bringing them their products over and over without any payment. I'm not an economist, but that doesn't make any sense. How is it that this World Banks and all the others keep pouring money into Dominica and they get nothing back? Or are they getting anything back? I don't know. Please make it. I'm just really trying to understand the dynamics of everything that is going on in Dominica, because it's very strange to me. You cannot pay your loans, but yet still you keep getting loans. You're not done paying your loan, but yet still you keep paying it. When they go to the World Bank and these other institutions for loans, do these people look at the records, or do they have somebody inside there that just passing it for them? Because I don't understand. I really don't get it. Do they look at the record of how quick they paid the loan, or how much they owing on the loan, or, are they looking at those records, or do they even keep records? I don't know, because all I keep hearing is World Bank giving loan, World Bank giving money, this place giving loan, this place. We always have a loan from somewhere, but we never hear that they're paying it back. Because some time ago, I heard the Prime Minister say that the money he was saving it for the airport, and a whole long story. It was even amazing to me that the money that we getting from the passport, why not pay off all your loans, and then whatever is left, then you put it into the airport. I'm not going off tangent, but I'm just trying to figure it out. It's really mind-boggling. I'm really baffled by what is being said right now as far as the loans and whatever. Loan on top of loan on top of loan. My God, Dominica drowning.
Now and get 50% off for the first 3 months. Plus, a chance to win a $10,000 Visa cash card.
Eastside.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunglass juices, Toppers snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
Eaststar Trading Limited has a new, modern and upgraded look and layout for the shopping comfort and convenience of our many customers. Please visit us and let us celebrate Mother's Day in a big way from today until 12 May 2024. Come and enjoy great savings. Get a chance to win one of our many prizes. First prize, $300 voucher. Second prize, $200 voucher. 10 vouchers of $100 each. Spend $50 or more to enter the draw. Buy $100 or more and get a bottle of Banks Cherry Brandy or Banks Ginger Wine absolutely free. And check out our many specials, including Clio Baked Beans, 2 for only $7.90. And olives, now only $6.95. Condensed tomato soup, now $4.50. 15-ounce pigeon peas, now only $4.50. Cream-style golden corn, only $3.95. 29-ounce whole peel tomatoes, only $4.50. Also, a large range of cosmetics at reduced prices. Shop and save at Eastside Trading Limited. Eastside Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Again, it's in the reggae country until the 12 o'clock hour.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
break at this time.
Don't believe in superstars, organic foods and foreign cars. I don't believe in private road, that certainty of growing old. The right is right and left is wrong.
I believe in you.
North and south can get along.
All the many, many, many listeners.
West to west, be first, always, but I believe in love.
I believe in love. I believe in you.
I believe in baby.
Until 1 o'clock. Talking the block.
Mommy and Dad, I believe in you. But I don't believe that heaven waits for only those who congregate. I know for sure that God is love. He's down below, he's up above. He's watching people everywhere. He knows who doesn't care. I'm an ordinary man. Sometimes I wonder who I am, but I believe in love.